my remembrance of Atlantean time, which to me is very, very similar to right now. Very similar. The Lightworkers were very strong during Atlantean time, and I remember being part of a group of Lightworkers where we were anchoring light. And then the persecution came in, which also happened in the medieval time, which has happened even now, happens now even. So that has been a thing with the Atlantean time. They also had a lot of very elaborate technology, which all just totally destroyed itself during the time. So people who remember that may have some apprehension. Like, I mean, I remember being tortured to death during Atlantean times. So for me, reliving this, I'm not so worried about being tortured to death anymore, because it's just the body in a way. And my soul, I mean, during Atlantean times, they actually tried to cut, and I've worked with a lot of people who have got cuts energetically trying to cut their soul out of them, but you can't capture the soul. But AI used incorrectly is doing a little bit that sort of thing as well, of trying to capture the soul of people.
It's the disconnect. The more you can disconnect somebody from their own consciousness, that's essentially capturing the soul. And it's happened to me once in my lifetime, this lifetime, where I lost my connection to my soul. Because one day I woke up and I didn't remember that I was even disconnected from myself until like 5 years passed. And I was like, wait a minute, it's too quiet. I've lost the inspiration. I've lost the ideas. So somebody disconnected me. I don't think it was me. I think maybe it was allowed for this attack on me to happen, but I was disconnected. And I had to distance myself from everybody that was associated to me in that period of time, and to return back to my origins, to spend a lot of time in isolation for me to call back all the remnants, all the pieces. Yeah. And in the process, all the gifts that I had returned. I actually didn't have an awareness of my gifts when I was a child. Now I understand that I had them, I suppressed them. But now that I have them and I have the awareness, it feels like I've just become the richest person on earth. Like, not in terms of like material abundance, but just this knowing that I know who I am, which is something that many people spend their whole lifetime lacking, that awareness of who am I. And I've also regained some of that past life knowledge, some of the past life remembrance. And the Atlantean times are not the times that I connect to the strongest. It's
Are
the
you more Lemurian?
Yes, these are the times that I connect to them.
My experience has been, because I work with people from all sorts of constellations, I don't have a Lemurian past at all, but I have worked with Lemurian people. They have it's a much nicer energy than the Atlantean time. More magical, more peaceful. Atlantis, when we first arrived in Atlantis, was beautiful, so beautiful. It was like the same as Egyptian in its heydays, where everything was really so clear conduit stuff. That's what Atlantis was like initially. It was so beautiful, but just turned to mayhem.
Yeah.
Lemuria didn't sound like it did.
I almost feel like it's still there, almost like sealed in a protective bubble, because one of the memories that I've seen come back to me was like almost like this whole tribe of Lemurian family, my family, kind of sending me away, and I'm kind of waving at them, knowing that I'm not going to be back for a very long time. And I travel back through all the different lifetimes, and I see some of them. There have been like generational curses that I can almost see that I've had lifetime after a lifetime where I almost agreed, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to do 7 lifetimes of just the same thing. I'm happy to volunteer and do this. That's fine. I'll do it. But when it comes to Atlantis, there is just this warrior that comes through. And it's not a life that I think we should aspire to go back to, because it's still a life that oppresses the nervous system. It's a life where we have to protect and defend. It's not a life where we're open, where we're just flowing
it,
openly.
it's for it was really for the light workers who were there, for those who dare to tread where no one else dares. It was like a bit war zone, but the beauty of Atlantis initially was just so beautiful, and it just deteriorated a bit like what has happened on Earth as well, where Earth started off so beautiful. Like when I was an amoeba, it was very harmonious and very nice energetically. But then by the time it got to reptilian time, it was already starting to disintegrate quite rapidly, so, and that's why we talk about the reptilian brain, like of that fear that we had during that reptilian time. So, yeah, Lemuria sounds lovely. All the people I have worked with in past lives with their, in consultation, but during past lives with their Lemurian past, have always had it's lovely. I mean, I see it as I'm working with them, and it's very flowers and mythical and mystical, and it's very beautiful and a lot of light. Atlantis ended up being major tortures.